Following on from the really successful P3 range of reels that we've done, this year we've launched the P4. There's 3 different ranges in the P4 banner. First of all, you've got the Katana, that starts at $32.99. Then you've got the Nexave, which as you can see is a stunning blue colour at $44.99. And then you've got the ever popular X-Age starting at $54.99. There's been a few changes to the reels. The first thing you'll notice is they now feature ARC spools. Just aids casting, better line lay. You know, it's a big development that we've only used on our higher end reels up till now, but now they're going to play a big part in the P4 range. The other point worth mentioning is with the X-Arch, a lot of people have been asking for double handles, so this reel is now available with the single handle as you can see here, but if you wanted it as a double handle you can now request double handled versions of the X-Age, so there's something there for everyone. Another popular range at this year's trade shows has been the Katana CX. Now they're available in both float and feeder versions, and one rod that's really caught the eye at the shows and been very popular is the CX Float 360. It's a 12-foot model, so it's going to be ideally suited for commercial work, but what you'll also notice when you have a feel of it, it's got plenty of power, so it's going to be suited for pellet waggler, splasher waggler, all the types of fishing that people are doing now, and I'm sure this is going to be a great seller, you know, this year and for the years to come. Another popular show item is what we're calling the Shimano original clothing range. As you can see, we've gone back to the traditional blue and black in a match style padded jacket, and we've also got a lightweight version. So between the two, you've got your heavyweight version for winter, your lightweight version for your summer work. There's also a generic bib and brace available, so you can have 2 jackets, 1 bib and brace that's going to match the 2, which is a nice handy item. And then for those who are not into the sort of blue and black, brighter colours, you've got your more subtle black and yellow and your match type jacket, which is sure to be a popular jacket again this winter. Features wise, all the jackets in the original range are breathable and 100% waterproof. On the price front, you're looking at $69.99 for the lightweight summer type jacket, and then for the heavier duty winter jacket, $99.99, and then you've got the generic bib and brace, which I've already mentioned, $79.99. So really nice looking clothing. It's not going to break the bank, but it's going to keep you dry in the summer and warm in the winter. This year the star of the trade shows for me has been the commercial rods. Starting with the Beastmaster commercials, basically we've revamped them. They're now at a much more competitive price, starting at $99.99. What we've done is slimmer blanks, nice slim handles. You've still got the fashionable short butts, so when you're playing a fish, you can pass it around your body, it's not going to get in the way. And they now come with 2 one-piece tops. You know, a lot of people say to me, what's the advantage of a one-piece top section? Well, what it eliminates is the flat spot you get when you're putting a push-in top in, so you get a much more progressive, better playing action when you're actually playing those bigger carp. So it helps to eliminate hook pulls around the net and just gives the rod a totally better feel to it. In the feeder range, we've got the ever popular 911, the 11.6 and then the 12'6" distance. And then looking at the wagglers, the range is nice and concise. You've got again the popular 911 series, 11.6 pellet, and we've got a 12-foot power rod as well, just for those people who want to cast bigger rods. So that's the Beastmaster series. Now I'll just move you on to the Speedmasters. Moving on to the Speedmaster, these start from an introductory offer price of $149.99 depending on model. The rod I've got here is the 911 feeder. What you might have noticed with the Beastmasters, each rod's got a little colour band on it. This is just to help you identify it. So the red band stands for feeder, yellow stands for pellet waggler, green stands for sort of power, like your splasher waggler type rods, and then we've got a blue range which is totally new, which I'll be talking about in some more detail in a second. But the idea is obviously when you're getting your rods out your sleeve, you can see straight away red is feeder, so you've got 2 or 3 rods in the sleeve, you can identify the rod you want nice and quick, and it just adds a nice little bit of colour to the blank. Another point with the Speedmasters is they come with 3 one-piece top sections, the benefits of which obviously I've already discussed, but better playing action just eliminates that flat spot where the tip pushes into the blank. Blank wise, they're pencil thin. What you'll notice is that they're just a little bit crisper and a little bit more responsive. So you've got 911, 11.6 feeder, and then you've got a 12-13 feeder, so it differs slightly to the Beastmaster range. The 12-13, I mean, multi-range rods are very popular, so if you can fish your normal sort of feeders with your 12-foot. If you want to go a big chuck, just put it up to 13-foot, and it's got lots of power for casting a method feeder or a big feeder, I mean, sort of 70-80 yards. Moving on to the pellet waggler rods, got a nice concise range. You've got the 911 pellet and the 11.6. Little point worth making is the counterbalance weights in the butt. Not only do they make the rod feel better balanced, but they also make it more responsive. It gives it a quicker pickup on the strike, so you're going to hit more bites. So that's your pellet waggler range. Then lastly, we have a totally new range. There's two models in what we're calling light float. You've got an 11 foot and a 12 foot. These are suited to pretty much any type of float fishing. But when I actually came up with the idea for designing them, there's a bit of a renaissance when it comes to going back to proper float fishing, catching like F1s, small carp. These rods are perfect for casting little wagglers rather than pellet wagglers as such, which they will do. They're designed more for your little wagglers, winter and summer. You can use them any time of year. But for them smaller fish, that's not to say, however, they aren't capable of catching a 10-pound carp, because they are. They've got a fantastic playing action, and hook pulls are going to be vastly reduced using these rods, and it's going to allow you to get away with lighter hook lengths. F1s in particular are very finicky species, and often you want to drop down in line sort of sizes and diameters. So by using like the commercial light floats, you can drop right down to sort of 012, 014 bottoms without risk of breaking off. So they're a really nice addition to the range, and sort of very current, as in there's a big swing to what I call traditional float fishing, and I expect that to continue into the future. Right, I've now got with me Richard Griffiths, who's Shimano's product development manager. He's just going to run through 3 additions to Shimano's high-end reels.
Okay, the Super GTM, new this year. We had the Super GT last year, which was upgraded, so the Super GT's been included in the range with the higher ratio and the newer bearings. The prices start from $89.99 as an offer price. Technium, completely reworked, got shielded ARBs. The new bearings are actually enclosed so they contain the grease, and they stop any water or dirt getting into the bearing, which make the reel feel a lot more smoother for a lot longer time. Those start from $139.99 as an offer price. Final reel, new this year, is the Rhenium 5000. We had the Rhenium in the range 2 years ago, but this is a new size, the 5000, slightly bigger, suits the distance feeder angler. It's one of the reels that is made from CI4, a new material which is extremely light. It's one of the lightest match reels available on the market today. Prices start from $234.99 as a retail price. All of the new match reels this year include the ARC spool, which make the loops smaller off the front of the spool, reduce the drag. Smaller loops obviously means you can cast further.
Well, thanks for that, Griff. And that brings us to the end of this exciting sneak preview of Shimano's latest products. I'm sure you'll agree there's something for everyone to get their teeth into. So that just leaves me to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the bank.